you struggling to grow your hair? Have you been at the same length for a few months now and you are wondering why your hair isn't growing? Or do you just want a hair growth boost? In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 simple steps that's going to grow your hair and boost that hair length retention. What's up, curls? It's your girl Kiki, and if you are new here, I do all things curly hair tips, product reviews and styling. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 simple steps that is going to help you grow your hair, get to that target length that you want and retain some length. So let's get into the video. The first and one of the most important things in retaining and growing hair is keeping your hands out of your hair and keeping the manipulation to a minimum. Therefore, I recommend doing protective styling in order to see that growth. Protective styles are an excellent choice when it comes to length retention because it enables you to keep your hands out of your hair, which leads to dryness and breakage. And protective styles overall are just great because it reduces the amount of damage, manipulation and the amount your hair is exposed to natural elements like wind and rain, the climate and pollution, which can be another detrimental factor in your overall hair health. Some ideas for protective styling are things like braids, twists, and with protective styling you want to avoid using any additional hair because this will also dry your hair out and it may not allow you to moisturize your hair as efficiently as if you didn't have any added hair in. So for protective styling, you want to really aim for low tension styles. Things like mini twists are a really good example of how you can maintain your hair in a low manipulation state and you don't have to put any tension on it. They will just hang and you can wear your hair in various different styles. They're very versatile, but it will also allow your ends to be protected and you will still be able to moisturize your hair as if you would if it was loose. If you are suffering with maybe breakage, then you probably want to avoid any high tension styles such as cornrows or braids with added hair. Anything that is putting extra tension or weight onto your hair that could maybe pull on your hairline, you want to avoid. The second step that is going to really allow you to boost your hair growth and see length retention is, believe it or not, getting trims. Going to a professional stylist is going to help you retain length because they will be able to see the current state of your hair, where you need to start from, and if there are any dead ends or split ends that need to come off. Because if you have split ends, they can actually have adverse effects on your hair and it can split up the hair shaft, which in turn means you're cutting off more at a later date, and that will affect your hair's length retention overall. I recommend you getting trims as and when needed. Me personally, I go every time the seasons change, so every 3 months I will go and get a trim, and I really have found the benefit in keeping it to 3 months. My hair personally cannot go any longer than 3 months without a trim. If I do, then I really do see the effect of me not going and my ends are really suffering by that point. So I always feel like the 3-month mark works for me. However, I do know people who go like twice a year, even once a year, people who trim their hair themselves. But for me personally, I don't trust myself. I'm not a qualified hairdresser and I can't see my hair to target all of the split ends and things like that. So I would prefer to go to a professional who I trust. But keeping up to date with trims is something that is going to save you a lot of time and a lot of money in the long run. The third thing is the most underrated tip, I feel, because I feel like this tip leads to all of the other problems that we see with our hair care journey and the reasons why we don't currently get to where we need to be with hair growth. And this one is keeping your hair moisturized. I'm going to refrain from telling you products and recommending products to use in this video because this is not about a product review, and it's not saying, I'm not trying to push products on people because we all have different needs. We all know what works for our hair and I want everyone to use what works for their hair to keep it moisturized. But what I will say is deep conditioning is a major key in retaining length, and a good leave-in conditioner, some sort of moisturizing product that you put on after you've conditioned your hair and washed it, is really necessary. So in terms of keeping your hair moisturized, what we see on the other end of this is hair that is dry, hair that is brittle, and hair that is broken. These are all results of hair not being moisturized. So if our hair is dry, we see breakage. If our hair is damaged, it's a result of some sort of process that has extracted the moisture out of our hair cuticle, for example, straightening. Heat and straighteners sap the moisture out of our hair in order for it to get nice and sleek. So therefore, if you maybe overuse that, that is where you see damage. And tangles, knots are all results of your hair not being moisturized, because if you have your hair out, maybe on a day-to-day basis, your hair rubs against each other. This causes dryness, and the fact that it is dry means that the hair is going to knot up on itself. If your hair was moisturized, then the knots wouldn't occur. So the major thing to take away from this video are the 3 simple steps of protective styling, keeping up with trims, and keeping your hair moisturized in whatever way you see fit. And I would recommend you use a consistent routine with all of these things, and ultimately it should not be as complicated as it is to retain length. For me personally, where I started seeing my hair break and me not retaining length is when my hair routine got so overcomplicated and I was using lots of different products on a weekly basis and doing different things with my hair, like styling it, wearing it out, slicking it back. I feel like keeping your routine simple, sticking to products that you know work, and just having patience with your hair will do it wonders of good. So if you're interested in seeing what my hair looks like this year and kind of how much it has gone backwards in my hair growth journey and what I'm doing now, click through the videos at the end of this one and keep up to date with my hair growth journey, and I will see you in the next one.